Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It is bright and early, 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. I've got a lot to talk about today. A lot in retrospect. Of course, I'm going to talk about yesterday. I've read most of your comments. I've had some time to think it all over. I'm safe and secure. All right, let me just start at the beginning and tell you guys what I've been thinking in retrospect. All right. I had no idea that this rally was going on yesterday. No idea at all. Like I said in the other video, I was just on my way to the library, and then I was supposed to I was on my way to my parents' house. My family was, one person in my family has been feeling sick a couple of days ago, and I wanted to make sure they're okay before Thanksgiving. I wanted to make sure they're okay, and it's not COVID-19. So I was on my way there after the library, and I had so much adrenaline pumping in my body. After that, I really almost couldn't drive. I mean, it wasn't fear. It was a feeling I'm very familiar with. Like I said, the rush of adrenaline. So I thought at any moment I was going to be hit, and I was going to be in the middle of an altercation. And you get that fight or flight, and it was going to be fight. And it's kind of hard to take yourself down from that. All right. As I was driving away from this when I pulled out of the library, and I turned and I saw the people out in the road with the Trump flags, waving at cars out in the breakdown lane. And I saw the colors, and I knew what it was. And I turned the car around and went back. Right now, I'm still asking myself, I'm going to tell you what bothers me here. Even as I'm reading the news today, how Trump is calling these Republican legislators to the White House in an effort to subvert democracy. There's a picture. I'm going to probably post it on my community page. Those particular Republicans that he brought to the White House on Friday, there's pictures of them now circulating through the press where they're sitting in one of Trump's hotels drinking Dom Perignon, laughing, no masks, nothing. It's kind of celebrating on Trump's dime. Oh, wait a minute. That's our dime. Those Dom Perignon bottles go for what, $750, $1,000 a bottle? Yeah, we're paying for that. Seriously, we are paying for that. And I thought about what they said, they said, that they're going to count the votes and the will of the people and all that, blah, blah, blah. But then to see them celebrate the Dom Perignon and being brought to the White House, I'm very worried about my country right now. All right, since I've been in recovery, I take stock of myself because I fooled myself for so long. I made a series of bad decisions, and I fooled myself for like 20 years. If you know anything about my history, the addiction it started off small and it just grew into everything all the time. And now that I've had over 14 years clean and sober, I take stock of myself. I regularly check the pros and cons, and I take a deep look at myself and ask myself what my motives are. So yesterday, after this happened, I asked myself, why did you do this? Did you do this just to start an altercation? Did you do this just to get a video for YouTube? Right? And I thought all these things over, and this is why I did it. Now this wasn't any Trump rally to me. The election has been held. Okay, this is almost 3 weeks after the election, and this was about 10 minutes after I'd been there, and I was listening to a reverend talk, and he was talking about how Democrats are evil and the people of the nation need to rise up, and the stuff he was saying that. I just don't believe it. I spent every day the last 3 weeks checking every day to see if there's even the least bit of validity to any of these claims of a fake election. And I honestly, I swear on the Bible, I can't find any valid outright voter fraud. I see mistakes that happen every election where, mismatched names, the curing of the ballots and all that. But for the entire country, over 6 million votes to be fake or fraud, absolutely not. There's no way. I haven't turned a blind eye to this. I truly believe with everything in my soul, I don't want to be duped. I don't want to put my physical body, my family's body, all my possessions on the line like I did yesterday and have been duped into doing that. Where it was some kind of Democrat, hideous plan to overthrow Donald Trump. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that fool. And I have no doubt that I am not that fool. So yesterday, it offends me, man. It offends me. These people are hindering a peaceful transition of our country to the next president. For the last 2 weeks, I turned a blind eye. I see the Trump signs out there. I'm like, let them get over it, But yesterday, they're out in the middle of the road waving these flags, calling Democrats, cheaters and evil and this stuff, and I thought I acted very peacefully. It upset me. This, if this was before the election, it'd be a whole different story. Each side has their right to those rallies, but this is after the election. This is now hindering the peaceful transition. This is hindering the will of the people as I see it. It bothered me. I felt these people should be ashamed and embarrassed. So the camera yesterday. Honestly, I brought the camera in for my safety and for their safety. If I didn't have that camera yesterday, I probably would have still gone in. I was texting back and forth to my family at the time, even as right before I pulled up today. And I wanted you guys to see it. I wanted to be an inspiration. I thought, this is what I thought of too when I took that knee. I thought of the pictures you see of the black gentleman sitting at the lunch counter in Alabama, and he knows he's going to get the bejesus kicked out of him, but he does what's right. I see millions of Trump trying to disenfranchise millions of African American voters right now to throw their ballots out. Screw them. Their votes don't count. Trump won. That's what's going on. Somebody needs to stand up for this. I'm not going to be that guy that just drives by my car and shakes my head. Oh, those Trump supporters. No, I'm not going to be that guy. We can't all be that guy. Somebody's got to stand up. This is wrong. What I did was peaceful. It was respectful. As I can't even watch the video today. It's like watching myself jump over a fence into a lion's cage. Seriously. When I see that guy's hand so close to my head, thank God I didn't see that, man. Thank God I didn't see that, because that crossed the line of the violation of my space. And when it comes to fight or flight, I've never picked flight. And this is the thing that worries me a lot of times. If you guys have seen any of my earlier videos, I don't weigh out my own safety, and that scares me. This is one of the things that I'm still trying to overcome in recovery. I have a hard time controlling myself in a situation like that, and my safety just goes out the window. And it's just an adrenaline rush, almost like tunnel vision and seek and destroy. And I don't like that. To me, that's a loss of control, which is dangerous when you're in recovery. And I've been trying to correct that. The reason for this video was it kept me from doing something that I didn't want for people to see. If I didn't have that video, if I didn't have that camera up there, I would have still stopped there without a doubt, but I probably wouldn't have acted as politely because I knew it was being filmed. I would have been more mouthy. When that guy yelled at me, I wouldn't have been quiet. It would have turned into a different situation if I didn't have that camera yesterday. So that, like I said, I've been thinking this over for the last 12 hours straight, weighing what I did. Like I said, I thought about that guy, that African-American man back in the 50s, sitting at that lunch counter in the early 60s in Alabama, was it? Sitting at that lunch counter, and he knew he was going to get trashed. He knew it. Somebody's got to do this stuff. The thing is, it's after the election now, and any rational person that looks at these facts can see who won this election. This is subverting democracy right now. When I saw those people out in the middle of the road, if it was just all Trump supporters and Trump supporters beeping and waving their flags, and nobody would stand up for democracy, what does that say, man? What if we all just drove by and thought about our safety and, well, let somebody else stand up? More people are going to believe this. And if you look at the facts, it's not true, man. This is our democracy here. Then I had to call my family. My hands, like I said, this wasn't fear, my hands shaking. This was adrenaline. My hands get numb. When I've been in altercations before, you know how you see on TV when somebody punches somebody in the face, they go, ow, ow, my fist. That's never happened to me in real life. Never. I've hit people, I've broken noses, I've broken face bones, orbital discs, I've broken arms. I'm not proud of this, but every time I've hit somebody, I didn't even feel it. The only way I know I made contact is because I see their head jerk, I see their body fly back. This scares me. It's tunnel vision. It's a loss of control. I don't feel that impact. It's just blind rage. And this isn't good. It's not good. And I'm proud of myself yesterday because I kept it in check. Overall, I couldn't be proud. I'm very proud of myself. I'm proud that I kept it under control. I went in there because I wanted to speak up for democracy. The election's over. Biden won by over 6 million votes, and I haven't just towed the line. I've checked these allegations, and they're not true. Somebody's got to stand up. We've given these Trump supporters some time to to lick their wounds and get over it. Now we have Biden that has to come out and crowdfund his transition team because of Trump's pettiness. It's all about his ego. When I went down there yesterday, I heard them talking about Trump as our savior. I hear this reverend, and to me, this is blasphemous, man. This goes against everything I know about Christianity, about everything I know about our country, about democracy. It's offensive, man. It's more than offensive to me. And it was almost just like it was somebody else doing this. I didn't really have a choice. I'm proud that I kept myself. When I left, I stood up because I was thinking about how this is going to end. As that song wound down, I was thinking about how this is going to end because I knew as I stood up, my true height and size would be revealed. And are they going to all turn towards me, or are they all going to walk away from me? As soon as I stood up, they all walked away. I turned around. I said, thank you. I said, thanks for your time. Have a good day. Something along those lines. I didn't curse. I didn't swear once. I just took a knee. It's the town green. It's my right. I did it peacefully. And I would do it again. I would do it again the same way. Like I said, one of those Trump supporters said, excuse me, sir, as I was walking away, an older gentleman. And he said, God bless you. And he shook my hand. And it almost tears me up, man. One more thing I want to say. As I kneeled there, I saw the lady walking towards me, and I didn't know. You can't see her. She's off camera. She was the first one to approach me. There was a guy screaming across, hey, look at him. Look at this guy. And it was just, you feel that mob mentality. And I am completely alone. And it, like I said, flight just has never been an option for me, and it was like somebody else doing this. It was like almost out of body. It was surreal. I knew what I was doing and I see it happening, but it was all full steam ahead. Let the chips fall where they may. And that's how I felt at that moment. So the lady walks up, and if just one person had taken a knee next to me, God, that would have felt so good. Oh my God, that would have felt so freaking good if just one person just took a knee next to me. But no one did. That's why I made this video. Maybe next time somebody else will take a knee next time this happens. Somebody will see this video and somebody will stop and take a knee and back that person up. That's what it's going to take. The mob mentality was scary yesterday. Like I said, when I can't watch the video because it's like watching myself walk into a lion's den. The lady came up first, and then they all started. I saw at least 30 people from about a football field away, all moving towards me. And they just surrounded me, and they were facing me. You guys, I don't think you can see in the video, the guy next to me was just facing me in a confrontation. I think it was the guy that was yelling at me. I just looked forward. I wish I was a little more aware in case I did get hit. This is one thing I've kind of reprimanded myself for, because if violence did take action, I want to be able to defend myself in a quick manner. And it bothers me a little bit that guy was able to get so close to my head in the back without me noticing. That bothers me. That bothers me in my own self-protection. But the mob mentality was off the chart. That guy starts yelling, "Hey, look at this guy. Stand up!" Ordering me to stand for that flag. Now, I've told you guys I don't obey, and I didn't, it wasn't a fake story, man. I didn't make that up. I don't do that. I believe in what I believe in, and I'm willing to go the full distance to back it up. So when I called my mother, she said she was ashamed of me. She's a Trump supporter. That kind of hurt. In my mind, I was thinking, you should be proud of me, because politics would never interfere between me and my family. Since I lost my father, I would always be there. She should see the courage and the conviction, that I wouldn't even flinch in the face of 30 or 40 men. And know that if anybody ever even said the wrong word to her or my family or my sister, anybody, that you'd have somebody like me backing you up. Somebody that's always going to be there. Somebody that has courage, that's willing to stand up or die for you. And I was thinking that in my head as my mother was saying this. You should be proud of me. You should be proud that you raised a strong man. A man who has courage. All right. You guys have a good Sunday. I'll be back later with another video.